Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, How to Stop Manifesting Separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hey Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. You're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing a pick a card love reading again. We're tapping into your person's honest, true thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection at this time. Just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, keep it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, just, you know, drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. All the booking details are in the description box below. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Go check them out, see which one most fits your needs. Okay, you guys. Pile 1, you guys were drawn to, let's see, the little Labradorite kitty. This is like one of my favorite pieces in my collection right now. I'm obsessed with it, okay? Obsessed. All right, let's get your person's overall energy. Oh yeah, and I did have a channeled song come through for you guys. It's from Nickelback, and I don't remember if this is the name of the song, but it's like Far Away, Too Far Away. There's a couple of, okay, so there's a part in the song where he sings I miss you, and there's another part in the song where he says you've been too far away for far too long. I miss you and I love you. I've loved you all along. I can't remember what song that is. Put the lyrics in, like, you know, the search bar or something. I'm sure it will come up. I'm getting messages right now with your reading, so you might be hearing from this person really soon. Okay. An awaited message might be arriving regarding this connection for some of you. All right, so pile 1, your person's overall energy. We have angelic here. With the star showing up in the reverse. Okay, so with angelic, it's carrying energies of your person, seeing you as, you know, somebody that's very pure, very virtuous, very full of love. For some of you, I'm hearing they may even think that, you know, and they're not being literal, obviously, but it's almost like, you know, you're perfect. You could walk on water. You could do no wrong. Okay, there might be some idealization coming through in your person's energy when they think about you, pile 1. But they could just see you as somebody who's like, you know, a god or a goddess in the flesh. They could see you that way. With the star in the reverse, though, showing up, this is giving me energies like you're out of reach. You're just out of reach. But this could also be them maybe feeling a little bit small in comparison to you. Maybe feeling like, yeah, too far away. Like you're too far away from them for some reason. I don't know if there's some kind of distance between the two of you, like, you know, emotional distance, mental distance. I don't know if you guys haven't talked for a while, if there's actual geographical distance. But I'm definitely picking up a sense of where your person, like, their thoughts and feelings towards you. It's like you're without, you're just, oh no, they're saying you're just within reach. Huh, that's weird. We'll see what else comes out with them. They see your light. Your person might be hesitating reaching out for some reason. They may be a little bit intimidated by your angelic presence, by, you know, just how pure, you know, because the energy that I'm tapping into, the way that your person sees you and sees the connection itself, there's something that's very intimidating to your person about it. It could be very potent. I'm not picking up necessarily on intensity, but there's also a very potent, your energy or something about the connection itself is very potent. Okay, and so your person does not feel like you're outside of their reach, because I'm hearing them say you're within their reach. We'll see what's going on with that, though. That's an interesting, what's going on here. What do you mean by pile 1 is just within reach, pile 1's person? What do you mean by that? Whoa. Okay, there may have been in this connection a very painful ending. I'm hearing an abrupt ending. Whew, the energy coming through with these cards is potent. Okay, they see you guys, pile 1, as like this gorgeous creature. Okay, with the Queen of Wands showing up here. So much so, and the reason why they're saying that you're just within reach, they're almost afraid to touch you. They're almost afraid to grasp you. They're associating some kind of pain with, they're associating pain or the possibility of experiencing pain with you in this connection. Pain maybe stemming from fear that they could lose you. You know, what if pile 1 is too hot to handle? Yeah, there's a lot of fear and self-doubt. Your person is lacking confidence for some reason. So they are acknowledging that, you're not inaccessible. They're acknowledging that, right? What they are acknowledging, though, is that there's almost this feeling that your person would prefer to stay at a distance, because to them, they just feel safer that way. You have the ability to hurt your person, pile 1, and that scares them just in and of itself. All right. With the Queen of Wands showing up in the reverse, this may also be them trying to, at least in their mind, trying to do whatever they can to lighten the impact that you might be able to have on them should you decide to move away from them, go in a different direction than them, leave them, decide you don't want anything to do with them. It's like there's energies here of them trying to minimize your impact to them and in their world and in their life. Let's just get right into their actual thoughts and feelings towards you. Pile 1. They hold you in very high regard, Pile 1. They see you as very dazzling, very magnetic, very beautiful, very just a lot of flattery, and it's coming from a sincere, genuine place where your person's concerned. It's not coming through as love bombing. They do see you as a star. They see you as a queen. They see you as the Queen of Wands, right? They even angelic. They see you as angelic. For some of you, I'm hearing like you're the only star in the sky they see or want to see, but they're very afraid of actually claiming you as their own. Okay, we'll find out what's going on. Pile 1's person, your honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1 at this time. Ooh, okay, these two came out together. Let's see. You are my future. We'll find out what's going on with losing passion / interest. That feels like their fear of you, like what's going to happen with you, like you're going to lose your passion and your interest towards them. They might be afraid that you have like a wandering eye, or that you might get bored with them. Pile 1's person, your thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1, please. Okay. This came out favoring making you a top priority, but it did come out kind of sideways, so I'm going to put it this way for now. That says making you a top priority at the bottom. At the other side, though, it says I like you, but I love me more. That feels like a defense. Your person trying to employ some kind of a self-protective mechanism, right? Holding you at arm's length. And that almost feels like, too, like the reason why you're within reach is because they're holding you way out there. You know, your person knows, Pile 1, that they could, you know, I don't want to say possess you. It's not like that. Like they could claim you. They could have you as their own, you know, if they wanted to, but there's fear that's holding them back. In fact, I feel like they're holding you like far away from them, far away from their heart space is what I'm seeing. They're afraid of you breaking their heart. That's what it is. But that 10 of Swords, though, that's like more than just breaking someone's heart. That's like shattering someone's soul in dreams. Okay, so your person is very afraid of the emotional impact you can have on them should they, you know, let you in, basically. Let's get 3 more. Pile 1's person, your thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1, please. They see you as having a lot of power and influence over them. I can still feel the pain. Yeah, so they might be, if you guys don't have a past or a history where, you know, you've walked away or you've left them for someone else, this is them holding very close to the vest a memory of having maybe been left by someone before, okay? And they are kind of comparing notes between how they felt about that past person versus how they feel about you. And they're like, if I felt, you know, because what they're comparing is like, okay, let me let me make sure I'm on the right track with that, because I feel like they're comparing you to what they felt for somebody else in the past. What are you comparing Pile 1 to? Can I get one? What are you comparing Pile 1 to? Yeah. Feels like it was a long time ago. Yeah, that may have been somebody that they had started off as friends with, right? Somebody they used to maybe party with, have a really good time with. Started off fun, right? With the 3 of Cups, but then it didn't. It ended up not being the best of experiences. What's the Six of Pentacles here? And the thing is see, they're seeing you like that. Like, you know, they're kind of comparing you to how they felt for someone in the past. And, you know, fun, having fun, wanting to spend time together, you know, being like honestly liking each other. You can be in a romantic connection with somebody and honestly not like them. You can be attached to someone, right? Romantically with somebody, but for whatever reason, it's like, you know, not actually like them as a person. That's what toxic attachment will do to people. But this person is like, I like pile one, right? And this is how they were with, you know, somebody from the past that ended up hurting them, okay? And so let's see, pile one's person. First, I want to see what's going on with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse as far as your person's concerned. Pile, yeah. Oh, okay. It started off as fun and games, but then it didn't end that way. We got the Queen of Wands showing up in the reverse again. They're afraid, pile one, that things are gonna, you're gonna turn up those yeah, okay. You are definitely reminding them of somebody that they used to know, okay, that broke their heart. I don't want to get any more specific than that because I'm trying to keep this as general as possible. But you remind them of somebody else that they used to know, that they had similar feelings for, okay? And they're afraid that things between you and them are going to turn out the same way that they did between them and the other person. So, what exact outcome are you afraid they can't, that they're not going to be enough? And because they're not enough, you might, you know, go juggling or looking for, you know, other options elsewhere with the Two of Pentacles clarified by the King of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So, yeah, they're holding you at arm's length, but they're afraid of history repeating itself. Pile one's person. Let's get two more. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile one. They're afraid of you getting bored with them. That's what it is. Definitely with this losing passion and losing interest, they don't want to experience that. Give me two more. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile one at this time. That's way too many. I did see, let's see, still holding a grudge. So yeah, they're still hanging on to what happened to them in the past. Two more. That actually wanted to come out. I know we can work through this. And that is coming out right underneath losing passion and losing interest. So, you know, your person is trying to look at things in a very logical, common sense kind of a standpoint. They're not expecting, you know, necessarily that the two of you are, you know, that the honeymoon period between the two of you, that is always going to be there, right? Now, I don't personally, as a reader, I don't necessarily believe that, you know, the honeymoon period has to leave, right? And there's going to be moments where there's almost this feeling like your person feeling like, you know, needing to be entertained. Not you, but maybe, yes, you, okay? They're afraid of, oh, your person must be kind of used to this idea that they have to perform for love. That just their own presence isn't enough. Their own energy isn't enough. They have to, like, entertain. They gotta, you know, keep you on your toes, or, you know, you're gonna get bored with them. You're gonna lose interest and lose passion, not understanding and realizing when you find somebody that you just click with, that never happens. You guys could just be, you know, lounging together on a Sunday afternoon, not doing anything, right? And just be perfectly happy and content and not bored at all and full of passion for each other, right? But, yeah. Let's get one more. Sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you. Yeah, they respect you. especially if, oh, and at the bottom of the deck, how sweet, it says, I do honestly love you. Okay, so they love you. Okay, they're not, it's not that they have lost passion or they're losing interest for you. They are afraid that that's what's going to happen, that you are going to lose passion and lose interest in them, that after spending more time with them, you are going to get bored and maybe look for excitement elsewhere. Because I feel like that may have been what happened to them in the past. Okay. Yeah. All right, so out on the board, we have you are my future. We have losing passion / interest. We have this card that came out sideways, so both energies pretty much apply, but it's more favoring the side that says making you a top priority. The other side says I like you, but I love me more. This is them like really kind of looking out for themselves. They're, you know, trying to keep themselves safe. They have a fear of, you know, allowing themselves to attach to you and get used to this connection and then losing it. And the specific fear that's coming through for your person, pile 1, is that you're going to leave them because you got bored. Okay. We have I can still feel the pain. We have I know we can work through this. Sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have I do honestly love you. So let's clarify. You are my future. Tell me more about you are my future, pile 1's person. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile 1. Ooh, they think about that a lot. It keeps them up at night. They're actually worried about that. So what I just heard is they want you to be their future, but it's something about it is bringing them a great deal of worry and anxiety. What is this here for? Seven of Wands in the upright position. Okay. Your person, for whatever reason, is feeling like they have a fight on their hands when it comes to you. Not from you personally. I mean, it could be your standards and your boundaries, right? Especially with the Seven of Wands here, they can see you as somebody, because you do have these boundaries and you do stick to your boundaries. They may see you and experience you as somebody who is not going to accept less than what they want, right? And what's keeping them up at night is whether or not they have the capability of giving you what you want, okay? If they have enough energy or resources to even do that. What's the Ten of Swords here for? Clarify the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Oh, there we go. Wow, we got the Queen of Wands. We got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands together. They came out together, both in the upright position. Oh my gosh, your person, pile 1, okay, sees you as their perfect everything. And the biggest fear they have is like, what if? This is why I'm saying, like, in comparison to that past situation, they're kind of comparing the way they feel about you two. They're like, they see you as everything. They may have thought that that person was everything, because what they're showing me, you know, they showed me the Ten of Swords in the upright position with you. And with that past person, they're showing me the Three of Swords. Yes, there was heartache there. They got their heart broken. But with you, it's like, pile 1, you know, if I go there with pile 1, not only can pile 1 break my heart, but pile 1 can shatter my soul and my dreams, okay? Because they see there's something that they're seeing with you that's even more of a perfect match to them now than what they experienced, what they thought was a perfect match for them in the past. And they're like, what they feel for you feels much more almost like otherworldly, like divine, okay? We got angelic here, we got the Star, right, as the main energies. You know, they're looking at you as their future. You know, we have you guys coming out as a divine pair here with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. I can't even explain to you or put into languaging, what I'm experiencing when I sit in your person's energy when they think about you in this connection, okay? They know it's a big deal. They know there's something almost fated about this connection. I don't know if your person believes in soulmates, but if they did, that's exactly what they would think this was. Maybe even twin flame if they believed in that. And they're like, what if I lose that? Like, they may not recover from that. If they lost, you know, if they went all in with you, you know. I'm trying to figure out, though, why do they see this so much as a fight? Your person's having to fight themselves. That's what it is. Because it's not you. They're not feeling like they have to fight you. They are. They're fighting you right now. They're fighting this connection right now. They believe you're their future, but like there's a weight of anxiety that could be coming from like past pain, maybe internal battles, and that struggle is real, right? Oh, and they're saying that they're fighting themselves to get themselves to a space where they can feel confident enough to reach out and grab you, to claim you, to really get this thing going with you. But there's a lot of fear here that they're having to overcome. The good news is, though, is that they are actually doing it, because now we see the Ten of Swords showing up in the reverse, and then we have both the Queen and the King of Wands now showing up. Both of them are in the upright position. So they are working on this because this is what they want. They want a future with you. Okay? They sense how huge, you know, of a deal the two of you are. Y'all are a perfect pair. Okay? A perfect pair. That's how they see you. All right? And what they're, you know, what they might come to find out is that if they were to yield to you into this connection, that the passion and the interest would never die down. That flame will never die down. The honeymoon phase will never, ever, ever honestly be over. Because, I mean, look, we got the pair, we got the wands, the wands together. I mean, that is fire, that is passion, that's the embodiment of fire and passion. They're just letting their fears and their doubts and, you know, their self-imposed limitations get in the way. We already talked about losing passion and interest. Is there anything, pile one's person, you want to say about this card here? Yeah. A Two of Cups in the upright position. This is them making you and your guys' connection a top priority. They have to get over. They're working on it. They're working on getting over themselves first. Their fears, their doubts, their insecurities and stuff. Because they don't want to miss out on this opportunity, is what they're saying. So yeah, they are. And they're doing that right now. They're making you and this connection a top priority, even if you're not hearing from them, you know, because over here they start with you are my future, and they're going through whatever clearings they need to go through, healing, you know, whatever they need to go through to make peace with their past, make peace with their fears, and face their inner demons, okay, that are keeping them from reaching out for you with confidence. They're really working on their self-worth as well. Okay, tell me more about I can still feel the pain. Oh, it's been with them for a while. This is pain that they've been carrying around for a minute. But the fact that we do have the Nine of Wands coming up in the upright position is your person saying, I can still feel the pain, but I want to move forward anyway. I want to do it afraid. I want to do it wary, meaning like they want to move towards you and towards the connection. It's like they've lost some battles, right? But they haven't given up on the war, and it's just wanting to give up on the war altogether. It's like, you know, not waging a war against love. They actually want to submit to it now, and the King of Cups just popped out of the deck, okay? They want to yield. And so, you know, this is letting you know, pile one, that your person doesn't have to fully heal from the past in order for them to move towards you, okay? They're more than willing to do it afraid. They're more than willing to put one step in front of the other and allow consistency, like your consistency, how you show up to them, prove to them over time how, you know, you're not going to hurt them in the same way that maybe they were hurt by others in the past. Okay. Tell me more about, I know we can work through this. I just saw the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Tell me more about, I know we can work through this. That feels like more of your person doing it afraid, doing it anyway. Doing it even though they're scared out of their minds. And then now they come out in the upright position, yeah. Yeah, and then the Ten of Swords again showing up. They are so afraid of being hurt, you guys. They're so afraid, but it's like they're gonna jump anyway. I know we can work through this. The Tower in the reverse. So if you guys had any kind of a row or you know, a misalignment, if something happened, pile one, where you had to draw boundaries and, you know, you had to put them in their place for something, you know, they're not, what they're saying is they're not giving up on you and on the connection. They know that you guys can work through whatever it is that you're going through right now. If you guys are in separation, if you guys aren't talking, if you guys are on a break, whatever the case may be, or if you guys just aren't getting along or seeing eye to eye or on the same page, it's like we can work through it, right? With Strength showing up in the upright position at the bottom of the deck, it's like, you know, working together. But this is more like your person, like, I can become more self-disciplined, I can rein myself in, I can, you know what I mean? Taming the beast is also there as well. So if you feel like your person is somebody who in the past could not be tamed, your person is like, I'm ready. Yeah, mostly because, you know, of course, we're talking about the King and the Queen of Wands. Your person understands almost intrinsically that it's not so much being tamed as much as it's being harnessed, right? Your person doesn't necessarily want to be tamed. They want to be harnessed, if that makes sense, okay? And for some of you, your person could literally want to be like tied up. Well, that's just an aside note for some of you. Yeah, you know what though? This is them wanting to trust you in the connection enough to actually submit and to surrender to it. To trust it enough to drop their defenses, right? And so your person is almost wanting, like, I want to trust pile one enough to where, you know, I can give them the reins. Not saying for you guys to be the leader of the connection, but it's just, you know, trust. It's coming from a trust factor. Your person isn't saying that they want you to like take control of the entire relationship. Your person has trust issues though. They have a hard time trusting people with their heart. Trusting people with their future, trusting people with their life, just trusting people in general. And they want to trust you enough to, you know, because I'm seeing them as like the lion here, and then they're seeing you as the person that's kind of like, you know, the lion is still very powerful, and if the lion wanted to, it could absolutely maul that person and hurt that person. But your person is like, no, they want to trust you enough. They want to, you know what I mean? Like, submit to you. They're still the king of the jungle. You know what I mean? They're still the king. But they want to be able to trust you enough to soften, okay? To surrender to you into the connection. Tell me more about sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you, your thoughts and feelings. The fact that this came out on the board, pile one, it lets me know that your person is not only are they respecting you, they're also respecting and honoring your boundaries, because it actually came out on the board. Your person is like, I heard you. I heard what you said. you know, and they're saying they're not dismissing. What they mean by that is they're not dismissing your boundaries, okay? In fact, they're wanting to honor them, especially with that strength in the upright position that came through at the bottom of the deck. You know, that's the Lion, could be very, if it wanted to, right? But, you know, softening, yes, very, very, very powerful, and very mindful of the ways that they could hurt you and not wanting to, okay? That's also giving me an energy of your person almost wanting to be domesticated. Your person might have been, or could be even right now, somebody that's just very free-spirited and wild, okay? And it's not necessarily that they're not wanting to be free-spirited and wild, but there's this thing here of them wanting to feel harnessed. Not wanting to feel like caged or locked away, but it's like, you know, maybe they want somebody like you to come in and kind of like, you know, add some structure to that powerful chaotic energy, you know, change it from where it's chaos because it's untamed, because it's unfocused, because it's unfiltered, and channel it more in a way that is potent and powerful, right? But there's like direction to it. That's kind of, I hope that makes sense, pile one. It's not that they're expecting you to, you know, dominate them. Not that at all. That, you know, it's not that they're expecting you to be the leader and to do all the work and stuff like that. No, your person knows that they have this very powerful and potent energy, but they haven't figured out how to harness it, right? And so, you know, they could feel very chaotic, just like energetically. And if they're feeling chaotic energetically, very likely their just life could be very chaotic, right? So, you know, they wouldn't mind being domesticated and and being, you know, having their energy harnessed a little bit, directed, focused, okay? Not necessarily, they're like, I don't even mind being put on a leash, because they know the leash would be, you know, long enough to where they wouldn't even feel like they were on one, right? Anything else for sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you? They're saying no. Okay. And then again, at the bottom of the deck over here, we have, I do honestly love you. Your person wants you to know that, pile one. All right. Pile one, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button. It's a beautiful way to donate to the channel energetically. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Pile two, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing a love pick a card reading. We are tapping in and channeling your person's true and honest thoughts and feelings towards you and the connection at this point in time, okay? And just remember, you know, thoughts and energy, your person, their thoughts and their energy can change towards you just depending on, you know, whatever they might be focusing on that day. So I post these about once a week, just because they might be feeling this way now doesn't mean, you know, they'll still be feeling this way later. We'll see what happens, okay? But we're just doing a quick energy check-in on your person's thoughts and feelings for you right now. And just keep in mind, you guys, this is a general reading. You know the deal. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. All the booking details are in the description box below. There are a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. So check them out, see which one most fits your needs, okay? All right, pile two, you guys were drawn to the Tiger Eye Owl. Tiger Eye Owl, and then we have, oh, that's interesting. You guys were drawn to the owl. And then we have Evolve and Divine Wisdom. Divine Wisdom showing up in the reverse though, but there's some synchronicities here with you guys choosing the owl, which owls are, you know, associated with with wisdom. That's interesting. So this is your person's overall thoughts and energy. I will tell you right now, your person is not very organized. Their thoughts and feelings may be very scattered and all over the place. The energies that I'm picking up on may be somebody that could, what do they call that? Neurodivergent? Yeah, they could be neurospicy, okay? Because my thoughts and everything is just kind of all over the place. And that could just be me tapping into your person's energy. Their overall thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection. When it comes to the connection, it almost feels like your person, they're in the process of change in some way, but they might be having a difficult time, you know, showing up here with the divine wisdom in the reverse. I feel like something's missing. There's a key piece missing to the puzzle. Your person hasn't tapped into it yet, with divine wisdom showing up in the reverse here. And this could be because they're resisting intuitive or spiritual truths about the connection between you guys. You know, like they could be sensing there's a knock at their door. That's you, right? Their intuition telling them, like, you know, move in this direction. And they're either not hearing it, they don't know what it's about. It's like they're missing the signs. That's kind of what it feels like. They're missing the signs. They're home, right? Someone's knocking at the door in their home, but they're like, they're almost not hearing it. I don't feel like they're on purpose hearing the call and not like answering the door. It's almost like they hear the knock at the door, but they don't know what it is. They don't know what it means, right? So you might be some kind of a catalyst towards their evolution. You could make this person feel very uncomfortable, pile 2. Very uncomfortable. Your connection could be calling your person to grow up and evolve as an energy, as a soul, as a person. But they're resisting it. But it feels more like it's because they're being, I don't feel like they're being rebellious. That's not what it feels like. They're confused. They're hearing the call, but they don't know what it means. It's that kind of an energy. So, I mean, their overall energy toward you in the connection pile, too, it's like they could be feeling very doubtful, very uncertain. Not quite sure what quote unquote this means when it comes to the connection. They could be feeling very frustrated, or maybe a sense of inner conflict when it comes to this connection and you. I feel like with divine wisdom here, they're missing something. They're missing a key piece, or they have the piece but they don't know what it is. It's almost like somebody, you know, that has all of the puzzle pieces put together, and then like right at the center of the puzzle is one missing piece. They have the piece, but they haven't figured it out. They got to rotate it, right, in order to make it fit. And now it's funny, and now I'm hearing that could just be my own neurodivergence coming through, but I'm hearing a song from Tool come through saying I know the pieces fit, because I watched them fall away. But yeah, anyway, let's see. We're gonna delve a little bit more deeper to find out your person's honest thoughts and feelings towards you right now. Pile 2, this person. I'm hearing they have the potential to grow with you, and or to grow because of you, to evolve spiritually. And they're wanting it, right? Because with this evolve here, I'm seeing this person depicted on this card with, you know, wings on her back or their back, you know, monarch butterfly. And that's what they want. They're feeling very confused, uncertain. They're asking themselves a lot of self-defeating questions, like, what if, you know, what if I don't end up flying? What if I fall instead? You see, it's like questions like that. And your person has a hard time grounding their own energy. Pile 2's person, tell Pile 2 your honest thoughts and feelings towards them. There could be a lot of self-sabotage happening with your person when it comes to you into this connection, Pile 2. That's definitely coming through. Pile 2's person, your honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 2. Haunted by the past. Pile 2's person. Let's just get all these out. Oh, man. If you guys aren't looking at the screen, like, oh, I'm going to get all of these out, and then I'll tell you what's on the board, okay? Pile 2's person, your honest thoughts and feelings. Pile 2 person, your honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 2. Okay, so out on the board we have haunted by the past. We have soul-snatching sex. All right, so if y'all have gone there with your person, that's what they think about it. If you haven't gone there with your person, you know, that's pretty much what they're believing it's going to be. They're sensing that somehow. But usually when this comes out on the board, it's because the vast majority of people watching have gone there with their person, okay? So Pile 2, that's what your person thinks about y'all's sexy times together. All right, we also have I want the same as you. We have I love you, but I'm not in love with you. We'll talk about that in a minute. We have I'm waiting for the right time, and then we have I'm not over you. And at the bottom of the deck, which is not the strongest of energies, but it's there, it says I need my space right now. So the fact that that's showing up at the bottom of the deck, your person could be coming out of that energy. That's why it's not the strongest. Yeah, they're coming out of that energy. So there might be still, you know, some time of stillness in this connection between you. That could be maybe you're not talking to each other very much right now. Maybe it could just be the communication may have stalled, or it's very quiet between the two of you. And that's why. It's because they're taking their time. They're trying to get their head straight about something, and they're trying to cut through the confusion, okay? A lot of confusion going on in your person's energy, and a lot of it, the reason they're fearing, and that's too, something about haunted by the past. There's a couple of messages, this could be very specific. For some of you, the past has come knocking, okay? Someone from their past may have popped up and actually like knocked on your person's door. That could be, you know, and maybe that's part of what's causing some of the confusion over here. Your person needing to tie up some loose ends when it comes to the past. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean that, you know, for some of you that is what's happened or what's going on, okay? The past is definitely alive and active in your person's life somehow, even if it's just a memory that they're holding very close, kind of as a shield to not allow people to get very close to them, okay? And that might be why they're hearing like you in this connection knock, but they're not understanding what it is. They may feel like it's the past returning. I'm talking energetically, okay? And so there could be some similarities between you and whatever this past issue is. that might be causing some confusion with your person. They could have dealt with like a false twin, or a karmic soulmate in the past, and you know, now that you the real thing is arrived, now they're feeling all confused. Okay, let's find out though what's going on with haunted by the past. I'll choose person. Tell me more about haunted by the past. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. It could be an ex. Could be somebody that your person thought was very attractive. There was a lot of fire and passion between them and that person. That person could have turned out to be very conceited, very full of themselves, possibly even narcissistic, or had heavy narcissistic tendencies, very conceited. Clarify the Queen of Wands in the reverse, clarifying. Your person just felt like they didn't quite measure up to that person. Not only are they showing up as a knight in, you know, comparison to the Queen, but it's the Knight in reverse. We have fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then earth energies, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Yeah, so what is haunted by the past got to do with your thoughts and feelings for pile 2? The similarities between you and whatever's going on in their past is the King of Cups in the upright position, okay? This is somebody in love. And with the King of Cups energy here, this is established feelings, okay? Anything to add to the King of Cups? It's like they're experiencing some similar feelings and similar things, and it's got them kind of, I'm hearing, in a rut, okay? Because they are still haunted by what may have gone down between them and someone else in the past. Yeah, your person's in love with you, pile 2. For many of you, this is again established feelings. If it's not, if you guys haven't been maybe to, I mean, I can't even say that. People, it is very, you know, it can happen that people do instantly fall in love with each other. It's an instant soul recognition. It doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. And so, you know, for many of you, yeah, and then we got the Star showing up, and then the Hierophant. Oh my gosh, whoa, there's some big feelings here when it comes to you, pile 2. You make your person feel hopeful again. And with the Hierophant here, this is almost like you make them almost, you know, have faith again, believe in God again. I mean, it doesn't have to be literal, but it's just like you restored a lot of hope and faith into your person. And it's almost, but they're still being haunted by the past. And so there's a part of them that hasn't healed yet, that is very afraid of what they're thinking and how they're feeling in regards to you and to the connection. Because the fact that you were able to restore hope and healing and faith to your person, to them is like, oh, that's a lot of power that pile 2 has. That's a lot of impact that pile 2 has in my life. And they are comparing you to somebody in the past that had that same impact and power. And that person may have abused their impact and that power in your person's life. And so they're very afraid of history repeating itself, is what it feels like. Anything to add for soul snatching sex? I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself, but sometimes I just like to, oh yeah. There's something brand new about it too. With the Page of Wands here, it can be very flirty, very playful, very almost even innocent, right? There may be something very restless about your guys' energy when you do fuse together like that, like a hot and heavy anticipation. I'm hearing it's getting a little bit raunchy. It's not necessarily, you know, an 18 plus reading. It's not the messages that are coming through, but I'm seeing your person is, oh yeah, they love the dynamic between the two of you when you guys are having sexy time together. Yeah, they definitely want more of it. And what's coming through pile 2 is that's definitely going to be one of the reasons that brings them out of, I'm hearing hiding. All right, it's going to bring them out of the this resting energy here with the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, that's why I need my space right now is showing up at the bottom of the deck. They're getting ready to come out of this energy. Not Hermit, right? So this has been like a temporary thing. So the two of you pile 2 may have not have been separated for too long, okay? And they're getting ready to come out of this energy of needing their space, possibly with a very flirty text. Or message or a phone call, you know, but that's what it is. It's for the soul snatching sex, okay? All right, let's look at I want the same as you. What is that here for? Pile 2's person, tell me more about I want the same as you, pile 2. What do you mean by you want the same as pile 2? Pile 2's person. That's an interesting. Let me get one more card. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they want to yield to this connection. It's not that they want you to break their heart, right? Because we have the 3 of Swords here, but it's being clarified by the 7 of Swords in the reverse. You hold a lot of power. You hold the ability to break their heart. And they almost want, not that they want you to break their heart, but it's like they want to be with somebody that's that powerful. Your person may have been settling up until this point for connections with people who didn't have that power and that impact, and they may have been doing that on purpose, right? Keeping things very casual, keeping things very light, keeping things very just, you know, on the surface, so that, you know, nobody would have the power or the impact to break your person's heart. But this is what they're saying. They want that now. There's an air of vulnerability. It's like they want to be with somebody that has the power to break their heart, but they don't want to get their heart broken, but they're saying, I want that now. And that might be coming out this way because that may have been, again, what they were afraid of. This may have been up until this point what your person has been working very diligently on not allowing themselves to be a part of, okay? Your person up until this point, pile 2, may have been dodging connections where people may have had the ability and the impact to break their heart, but now they're like, I don't want to. They want this Queen of Wands energy with you. They want you, right? They want your pain. They said they want your pain and your passion. Oh, okay. What they're saying, pile 2, it's like they want it all. They want the whole thing because they're being very real about, you know, because they're saying they understand it's not always going to be, you know, honeymoons and rainbows and butterflies and, you know, skipping through apple orchards and stuff like that. They know that, you know, being in a real relationship with somebody is going to be painful at times. And they're saying, that's them saying, pile 2, that they want the real thing with you now, even the pain. It's like they want the pain and the pleasure. They want it both. And that could be, you know, for some of you, that could be, your person could be into some BDSM, okay? But for those of you where that's not the case, and, you know, this message could apply even if your person is into BDSM. It's like, you know, they want the ability. They want to be able to be vulnerable and allow themselves to get attached. And, you know, because they're like, they've been trying to block out anyone's ability to cause them pain, but that's been blocking out the ability for people to really give them pleasure as well. And they're like, they're understanding. They got a lot of pleasure with you, okay, a lot. And they have been maybe keeping you at arm's length because of how much pleasure they get from you, because they're like, I can go really high with pile 2, but the higher I go, you know, the harder that crash is going to be. And now they're like, okay, I want the crash. Not like for real, like, right? They don't want you to break their heart, but it's like, okay, if that's what it means, if I'm going to, you know, if being with pile 2 means I'm going to risk getting my heart broken, then that's what I want to do. I want to risk getting my heart broken, because there's also a risk with not, you know, taking that leap of faith with you, right? They're like, they're going to get pain either way, right? And so they're like, I want the pleasure that, I want the pleasure that goes with risking the pain. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Tell me about I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Yeah, that's the fear. I knew it. Okay, this is not their message to you. This is what they fear will happen between you, okay? That's what they fear from you. That's what they fear hearing or experiencing from you, that you aren't actually in love with them, even though you do love them, right? Because we already saw earlier that their feelings towards you very deep, very established, very much in love. Why is this a fear? Oh, it's showing up underneath haunted by the past. They may have heard this from someone else, and they're afraid of hearing that from you, okay? Yeah, and this could literally be, you know, still what your person is holding on to, the memory of somebody having told them, you know, because your person at that point in time was very much in the King of Cups energy towards that person as well. But, you know, was possibly told by that person, it's, you know, I care about you, I even love you, but I don't love you like that. I'm not in love with you, right? And so this is still a fear that they have. This is what they're being haunted when it comes to the past. That's what's haunting them, okay? They may have literally heard those words from somebody else, and it keeps them up at night. And so they are afraid of the past repeating itself in terms of like them experiencing that with you, okay? I'm waiting for the right time. Tell me more about that. Okay, and then we just had the King of Wands pop out in the reverse first. Oh, and then the Knight of Pentacles is now showing up in the upright position, but the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I'm telling you, your person's energy is all over the place. All over the place. So, I mean, they are making some shifts. They are growing because the Knight of Pentacles is now in the upright position, so there is some evolution happening. But there's still a lot of chaotic energy that your person is needing to sift through and evolve through. They're still in the process of this, okay? This may be, yeah, so that's what they're talking about, the waiting for the right time. They're still in whatever energy that they were in, for the most part, okay? For the most part, whatever energy that they were in that got them involved with somebody from their past where the dynamic was not mutual, feelings weren't mutual, it could have been some kind of an unrequited love kind of a deal. There's still some of that energy lingering in your person's field, okay? So that's, you know, they're needing some time to work through whatever that is, and they are, but it's happening very slowly. What's the end goal here with that? I'm waiting for the right time. What's the end goal? Pile 2's person. Waiting for the right time for what? To get things in order, to get their home in order. Okay, that could be literal. They may need to get some things around the house in order. They may need to clear out some old, you know, memories. There could be some stagnant energies, you know, around your person. Your person, they're waiting for the right time, basically, to let you in. Okay. Let's see, Four of Wands in the reverse. There we go. Yeah. That's what it is with the Queen of Wands in the upright position. That's you. They're not ready for marriage right now. They're not ready for union right now. They're not ready to celebrate quite yet. They're working on it, though. That's what they want. They want this Four of Wands in the upright position with you, okay? But right now, they are not matching your energy, and they know that. And so they're working through whatever it is that has them not matching your energy right now. For some of you, they're literally cleaning house. You know, whether that's in a sense of actually, you know, clearing out clutter in their actual place, and or cleaning out the clutter just, you know, mentally, emotionally, maybe even old connections and things like that. Okay, they're preparing though. I'm not over you. Tell me more about that. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. Clarify. I'm not over pile 2. Yeah, they're not letting you go, and they're also saying they're not ready to let you go. They don't want to let this connection go is what they're saying. Clarify this for pile 2, please. Yeah, they're talking about you again with the Queen of Wands. They're not over you, pile 2, and they're like, they don't want to get over you. There's some passion here that they feel for you, you know. Yes, and it's, you know, it's not just, how do I want to put this, because I feel like, yeah, like, look at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Wands in the upright position. That's like them telling you, pile 2, that you're the one. It's more than just the soul snatching sex, although that may have been what really kind of sealed it for them. You may very well have been, you may very well be, pile 2, the best they've ever had. But their thoughts and their feelings goes way beyond that, you know, again, because, yeah, you know, all the things that have been showing up, but they did show up as a King of Cups when it comes to their thoughts and feelings for you. Very established, very much in love, very romantic and affectionate, wanting to be anyway, right? But there's still some things that they're needing to work through over here. Anything to add for I need my space right now, and then we'll close your guys' reading. Oh, yeah. There's, okay, so 5 of Swords, but it's being, it came out with the 6 of Swords. They're working on something in the background, okay? I just heard they're settling some old scores that could be, you know, tied to their past, tying up loose ends, but they're doing it for the purposes of moving on peacefully, okay? So this could be moving on peacefully just in their mind in regards to things that happened in the past, and or it could be them moving on peacefully, you know, past actual connections. Both apply here, okay? I feel like they're making space for you guys, pile 2, in their life. That's what that feels like. All right, you guys, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a minute, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to donate to the channel energetically. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you want by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, pile 2. Pile 3, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We're tapping in and channeling through your person's honest thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection at this point in time. I do this reading about, I try to, at least every week, maybe every couple of weeks, because thoughts and feelings, moods can fluctuate, right? And so just keep that in mind. Whatever comes out here, doesn't mean that that's the way it's going to stay, right? Good or bad. We're just picking up, we're doing an energetic snapshot of how like your person's overall thoughts and feelings towards you and towards this connection at this point in time. Okay. Pile 3, let's see, just keep in mind it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. There's a lot of readings in the specific person category that are available. Many of them are just $25, so go check them out, see which one most fits your needs. Pile 3, we're getting right into your reading. You guys were drawn to the Pyrite cube. Pyrites. See what their overall energy is. We have the 10 of Wands. And we got confidence in the 10 of Wands. Okay, I just heard. I'm hearing too hot to handle. Their thoughts and feelings towards you. They might feel a little bit intimidated by your energy, Pile 3. There's something also coming through about them seeing you as being high maintenance. Okay, so not necessarily high maintenance in terms of materialistically or maybe even financially. It could just be your energy. I'm getting the Queen of Wands energy coming through with confidence here. It could be King of Wands too, right? I'm just tapping into the most heaviest of the collective that's tuning in. So, you know, just keep that in mind. But I'm definitely picking up on Wand energy, King, Queen of Wand energy with confidence here. So your person feeling a little bit overwhelmed maybe by your energy. There could be something about your presence and your energy that calls them, you know. You could be somebody that's just very active, very social, you know, and if not, it's just you have a lot of energy. Your presence is big, okay? And it may not be something that your person feels like they're either used to dealing with or that they're equipped to deal with. There's something very high maintenance about you and your energy. We'll see, okay, with the 10 of Wands coming up. First thing I heard was high maintenance. High maintenance. That's just how they're thinking. That's how they're thinking and what they're feeling. That's their overall energy towards you. All right, Pile 3. We're just going to get right into it. Pile 3's person. What are your honest, true thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3 at this point? I keep hearing too hot to handle. They doubt their ability to handle it too, or provide whatever that is, okay? Pile 3's person, your honest, true thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3 right now. And you guys were also drawn to the Pyrite cube, which also talks about, you know, confidence and luck and opportunity. A lot of fire coming through in these readings today. Aries, Leo, Sag. Fire, passion, motivation, courage, inspiration. There's just something very... It's hard for me to put into words, which isn't usually like me. That might be how your person feels about you. This is why I'm saying I don't feel like necessarily it's tied to, like, you know, high maintenance in terms of, like, you know, you wear designer clothes, or, you know, you only want the best things. And I'm not saying that that's not what it is, but this feels more like your person is just saying you're high maintenance just as an energy overall, okay? Just as an energy, whether you communicate it or not, your presence may just demand a lot of focus and attention. And for some reason, that's overwhelming your person, okay? They're almost stressed out about it. Yeah, too hot to handle. Now I'm also hearing you're a lot to handle. Pile 3's person, your honest thoughts and feelings, lost our spark. I'm going to get these out on the board before I start interpreting. Pile 3's person, your honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3. They may see you as asking for a lot, okay? Maybe even too much, like you're asking for too much of them, or, you know, and what we would see that is like, it's not that you're asking for too much, it's just they don't have enough, right? They don't have it to give. And so rather than admit that, you know, pile 3 is asking me for what I don't have, they're trying to deflect and be like, oh, well, you're just too much, right? Let's get more. Pile 3's person, your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3. I'm hearing them say you're asking for too much. You're asking for too much, you're doing too much. Yeah, that's, yep. I will say, you know, they see you in your power. For some of you, I mean, hearing like they see you living the dream, like they see you as somebody that's living the dream. They may be afraid of being left behind. I'm telling you, your person doesn't feel like they quite measure up to you in some way. So they are feeling very intimidated by you and by your energy, pile 3, because, you know, you are showing up in this Queen/Empress or King/Emperor energy, and they don't feel like they're a match for you. But that's not maybe how they're framing it in their mind, because they're not wanting to admit to themselves, or, you know, it could just be a pain ego thing. They're not admitting to themselves that they're, you know, they're not enough, right? They're not a match. So that's their way of trying to downplay you in their mind so that it doesn't hurt or trigger them as much, okay? What else do we got? Still holding a grudge. They ain't sorry about it either, with no regrets. Let's get a couple more. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Yeah. There's a lot here. And it's not because, there it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Afraid it won't work out. And then at the bottom of the deck, it's like, yeah. So your person has a lot of things going on, pile 3, that's causing them to kind of show up and treat you the way that they have been up until this point. Mainly, a lot of it is a very deep-seated fear of not being enough. And that's kind of what you're triggering in them right now. Because, you know, they're almost, whether they realize it or not, they're measuring themselves up against you, and they're coming across, you know, not being enough, not measuring up. And so out on the board, we have lost our spark. We have I can't do this anymore, living single. We also have still holding a grudge, coming out with no regrets. And this almost feels like they're doing that on purpose, holding on to the grudge on purpose for some reason. We also have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then we have I'm afraid it won't work out. And that's getting to like the heart of the matter. It's like your person is choosing to live single, choosing to live unattached, choosing to live like, you know, kind of live on the surface, right? Because that doesn't require a lot of them. That's where they're comfortable. Because they're afraid that if they go any deeper, if they invest any more, they're afraid it's not going to work out. That's pretty much the core of what's going on here. Your person's afraid of not being enough, not doing enough, not having enough, just they're afraid of not enough, okay? Tell me more about Lost Our Spark. Things in this connection may have fizzled out simply because your person just wasn't, they have the makings of, you know, a King of Wands, but they weren't showing up as a king. They were showing up as a knight in the reverse. This could also be a fear of theirs. What's this got to do with pile 3? Yeah, this is why something fell back here. More than likely it was communication. Communication fell back because the motivation just wasn't there. This person just wasn't reciprocating. They weren't, you know, and that may be why they weren't reciprocating, because they feel like they couldn't keep up. There's a pace and a speed, and it's like you're in the fast lane, right? And your person just cannot keep up. The thing is, though, I feel like they're getting in their own way, because they could keep up, but they might be being lazy. That's probably what it is, especially with the Nine of Pentacles showing up in the reverse here. They're being lazy, okay? That could be why too, you know, you guys lost your spark, is because they had been being lazy. They weren't showing up in the you know, in the way that they could. The core making of it is here. You know, it's picking up on the Queen of Wands energy with confidence, and here comes out the King of Wands in the upright position. It's like, damn, you know, the makings of a beautiful connection is here, but your person is lazy. I don't know. Why are you lazy, pile 3's person? Pile 3's person, why are you being like this? Fear. They're not seeing themselves as the King of Wands. They're seeing themselves as the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. That's what it is. Yeah, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. Your person, and this is what happens when, you know, we go unconscious, when we're lost in stories, when we identify with wounding and with, you know, attachment issues and stuff. Your person isn't seeing themselves very clearly. They're showing up as the King of Wands. Perfect match to the Queen of Wands, both in the upright position. They don't see themselves like that, though. They're identifying with their pain, which their pain is keeping them very small. And so that's why they're showing up as, you know, Page of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, so Page and Knight energy in the reverse. Yeah, they're lazy. There's healing that's needing to, like, inner balance that's needing to be established here. There's some stuff your person's needing to go. They need to evolve, basically. The core energy for them is there, but they need to process some old wounding, some old pain. They need to maybe get over a sense of being lazy. It's like they have more than enough energy and resources to match yours, but they don't know that. They literally see themselves as Page and Knight in reverse energy, which is why they're acting so, I'm hearing coddled. Did they have, they might have a mother and or a father wound. They might be not understanding and realizing that they are king energy. They might be stuck in some kind of a wound that has them looking for validation or connection with a parental figure that maybe they never got. It's something like that. But there's definite laziness coming through in your person's energy. That spark didn't have to be lost ever. When you have like two of the same elements coming together, that's you know, that's a spark in chemistry that never dies. It never dies. But when one person doesn't know who they really are and what they're capable of, that right there is what's going to make that spark die. Okay, I can't do this anymore. Tell me more about that, pile 3's person. Page of Cups in the reverse. Tell me more about the Page of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, yes, yeah. That's what, yeah, so if they abandoned the connection with the 5 of Pentacles showing up at the back of the deck, that's why. They weren't matching your energy. And it didn't feel very good to them. So if your person stopped talking to you, stopped showing up, just stopped, right? That's what it was. That's why they did it. Was because, and here we actually have the Queen of Wands showing up in the upright position. And look who came out with the Queen of Wands in the upright position. The King of Wands in the reverse. They're not matching your energy. And a part of them is actually very cognizant of that. And then with the Five of Pentacles at the back of the deck, they walked away, abandoned the connection. And what I just heard is that they left you before you could leave them. Okay. Living single, tell me about that. Your thoughts and feelings for pile 3. Living single. Tell me about living single. Your thoughts and feelings for pile 3. I just heard it's safe. It's safer that way. It's safe that way. Because they know in the long run, if they stay in the same energy, that not matching your energy, right? They know it's not going to work out. So yeah, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like it's not going to work out anyway, so I might as well just duck out now before things get real serious and, you know, things end in a catastrophic way. Anything to add for living single? No. Okay. Let's see. Still holding a grudge and no regrets. Tell me more about that. They're holding that pain. There's something. What's the grudge? Tell me the grudge, because the fact that it's coming out with no regrets lets me know that your person's doing this on purpose. It's almost like they're using whatever grudge that is as a shield. What is that? Oh. Interesting, with the King of Wands popping up in the upright position. That almost feels like they're doing that shit on purpose. They're doing that on purpose. They are withholding their king energy. Why are you doing that? I just heard them say I'm being stubborn. Why are you doing that? Why are you withholding king energy from a bona fide queen, pile 3's person? Why are you doing that? A lot of fire energy coming through, Aries, Leo, Sag. Why are you doing this? Because they know you can make them really happy, and they actually are afraid of that. A lot of self-sabotage coming through in your person. A lot of self-sabotage. There's a very deep-seated part of your person that is very afraid of actually being really, really, really happy. So much so that with the Ace of Wands in the reverse here, they're unmanifesting the sun energy. That's them sabotaging that sun energy. They're doing it on purpose. They're not necessarily, okay, and then at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, that's why. They're avoiding, so they're like, they avoid a lot of pain, let's just say eventual pain, with a lot of happiness. It's like the higher they rise, the harder they're going to fall, right? And so that's why they're withholding their king energy from a bona fide queen, is because it's like, you know, if they match your energy, the two of you could be really, 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 really happy. And if the two of you are really, 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 really happy, then, you know, things not working out, they would then be very, 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 very miserable, right? And that's not what they're wanting. So they're like, they're just gonna cut out the middleman and just be like, not even go there, okay? Because they are holding on to, it's almost a conviction, pile 3, that it's not going to work out between the two of you. That's why they're staying like in this energy of living single, 1 foot in and 1 foot out of this connection, because that's their way of not allowing themselves to feel just how happy they would feel if they let you all the way in. So they're sabotaging it, okay? Tell me more about I'm afraid it won't work out. And that's also tying back to like losing our spark, right? It's almost like they might have a conviction or a fear that, you know, if they make this more into like an everyday kind of a thing, if, you know, like the passion's gonna die or something like that. Not understanding, again, if you've got two of the same elements coming together, that's, the passion will never die. They don't know that. They're not aware of that. Your person is under the impression too that they don't, you know, it's weird. I was gonna say they're under the impression that they don't have the energy to match you. But now we know that that's not true. Your person knows they have the energy to, but they won't. Okay. Your person's already made the decision that they're not going to allow themselves to ever, like, quote unquote, be that happy again, because they may have been that happy at one point in their lives and disaster, right? They're not letting themselves go there anymore. So your person has decided they want to live single. They want to, you know, just skim the surface and not get too deep with people. And that's why they feel like you're asking for too much and you're too high maintenance, because you want more than that with them, right? That's what that is. I'm afraid it won't work out. Tell me more about that. Yeah, King of Pentacles in the reverse. There's still a part of your person that fears not being enough, not having enough, not making enough, not producing or creating enough. It's a fear, but that fear is what's driving the bus when it comes to your person, especially when it comes to like relationships and romance and stuff like that. Yeah, and then at the back of the deck, it says, do we have to get married, though? Your person is very skittish when it comes to commitment. There's a lot going on with your person, though. There's commitment phobias that your person has, issues with commitment. They have a fear of being too vulnerable, letting people in. They have a fear with, you know, not ending up being enough. They have a fear of losing the passion. They have a fear of being bored, of the other person becoming bored. There's just a lot going on with your person right now. All right, pile. Yeah, so they may have walked away. The 8 of Cups at the back of the deck. That's why, though. You're asking for too much. In your person's eyes anyway. And what they're not realizing, or maybe they don't care to realize it, they know. There's a part of them that already knows they can match your energy, right? They can match your fire with fire. They have it. But they're afraid of giving it. All right, pile 3. Whew, that was your reading. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, or if you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, smash the like button for me. That is a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love Reading by Pile 3.